Good evening, Rams, and welcome to the first RamLife show for this semester. I'm Angel Cooper.
And I'm Emily Pisqui. Tonight we've got a great show for you with highlights from last week's hair show, a CSU friendship story, and we'll take a look to see what's poppin' on the plaza.
We are super excited about being your RamLife hosts.
This is going to be a great semester. Let's get started talking about love.
With Valentine's Day last week, we were curious about whether some of the CSU students were pro or anti-Valentines this year.
And what's better than to receive relationship advice from our fellow students? We were able to pick up some great new ways to shoot our shots. Catch all of it right here on What's Poppin' on the Plaza.
Hi, my name is Angel Cooper, and I'm here at the Lori Student Center where I ask students Valentine's Day questions.
Very pro. You know, that time of year, you just kind of feel the love in the air, you know?
I'm pro Valentine's Day. I think it's so great to celebrate love with the people around you, whether it be like a partner or just your friends or your family.
Pro Valentine's, I guess. I don't mind celebrating love. That's a great thing.
We're kind of middle ground. Like, it's fun when you're in a relationship, but it's also maybe as big a deal if you're not.
Pro this year.
And why are you pro? Anti. I just think it's a Hallmark holiday, and if you're gonna show affection, you should do it every day.
I'm anti people being happy, especially towards women. So, as a single person, and for the rest of the single people here, I say, I'll do away with Valentine's Day.
Pro. Because I have a girlfriend. It's going to be, I'm going to take her out. A little charcuterie board action, some wine, flowers, chocolate.
Pro, but kind of like as a joke.
Pro. Big pro. Big pro. You gotta have fun, you know? Just enjoy everything. It's a great time just going on a date with a lady, give her flowers and candy. It's awesome.
I would say pro. I think it's sweet. I'd say pro. It's a little annoying, but I like it. It's cute. I'll say pro as well. What is your pickup line?
I don't have one. Hi, my name's Adam. Nice to meet you. And if you don't have someone this Valentine's Day, also not a big deal, no pressure.
So do you have any advice for someone that's trying to get into a relationship?
I think keep an open mind and just take people without judgment and just be kind, and then those who are kind will give you kindness back. And I think that's the best way to find potential relationships.
Just don't try too hard. I just got lucky. I had a friend, and then we started hanging out more, and we started dating.
I just be straight up forward. Just be like, hey, I think you're really cute, and I'd like to take you out sometime. Kind of like a social construct to, you know, that like you should be in a relationship, you know, that like be in a relationship to be happy and stuff. Have fun with friends on Valentine's Day. Just treat yourself to like some takeout food, and like watch your favorite shows or something. Yeah.
Don't be afraid to show yourself as you really are. I went on the date with no makeup, no cute clothes, sweats and a hoodie, and I'm still friends.
Just be true to yourself, no matter who it is, and make sure you're happy.
I would tell their friends to tell them that I think they're hot.
I would say just be open, shoot your shot, don't be afraid to.
Do what your heart tells you.
Singleness is a gift.
I think I'm just gonna go the original. Are you from Tennessee? Because you're the only 10 I see. Oh my god, I can't. So you just gotta go up to them, shake their hand, give them a rose. Oh, come on, let's go on a date. Oh!
I love you all. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yes! So Emily, were you pro or anti-Valentine's this year?
I was definitely pro. I don't know why. This year is kind of different. I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling pink all around.
Oh, okay. Well, I was in between. I was pro because February is a cute month to share your love with your friends and your family. But I was a little bit anti because I didn't have anyone to share my love with. I didn't have a significant other. I was lonely this Valentine.
Same, but honestly, anyone could be a Valentine, even a dog or whatever.
I guess I need to get a dog then, right?
Yeah, and I really like what the students were saying about shooting your shot and just be yourself and take it slow and see what happens.
Yes, I agree with the students saying being open-minded and being patient. I totally agree with that because I feel like I'd be rushing into my relationship. I need to slow it down a bit. But you sound a little chippy about being pro, and why is that?
I mean, I don't know. I think maybe this year is a little not as dry for me for Valentine's as it has been in the past.
So are you implying that someone's in your DMs? Because you need to tell me and the viewers here.
I'm sorry, but I do not DM and tell.
Ah, man.
And on that note, Rams, don't go anywhere because we've got some great footage and an interview from United Women of Color President Marcella Riddick from last week's hair show coming up after the break.
I got a crick in my neck, limp in my step, cramping in my muscles every time I try to flex. I don't know what else to get on. It's very sad, no more love. All that I could do was remember you. You know I usually say no, but if you throw me love, I'll throw you some more.
Welcome back from the break. Last week, Angel and I got to go to the annual hair show that happens every year around Black History Month. The United Women of Color hosted the event, and we got to speak with the group's president, Marcella Riddick.
The hair show's mission is to embrace different hairstyles that women of color can wear. They want to create a strong sisterhood and a community outreach.
On February 9th, the United Women of Color presented their annual hair show. The hair show is used as a sign of identity and as visual art.
This has been a tradition for our organization for a really long time now. We were birthed out of the back office, the Black and African American Cultural Center, and it's been a tradition, I'm pretty sure, since we've started here at CSU. It started off super small and has grown ever since. We usually have around 3 or so stylists competing in addition to vendors and artists who come to showcase their work. So it's a really good time, and I think that we started with the intention of really showcasing how beauty can look different from different cultures and different places and people. So part of our mission is really sharing our culture with CSU, not just aside from the uplifting and creating the community for ourselves. So the hair show has been definitely one of our foremost showcases of how people of color on campus view beauty differently, and we try our hardest to always do it in Black History Month. A lot of our women identify as Black, but we try our hardest to really support all people of color and all women of color and showcase that in the hair show as well.
United Women of Color wanted to showcase history of different hairstyles.
I think that, like I said, with the majority of our membership being women who identify as Black or African American, hair is such an important part of our culture, and so showcasing that comes from a place of pride and wanting to show our history, and so specifically this month being the theme being Ubuntu, really incorporating that into our script and into our artists and really wanting to connect with where do we pull our creativity from, where do we pull our inspiration from, and how do we showcase our culture in a way that also gives homage to the people that came before us. In doing this and with the hair show, we've been able to learn about a lot of other different cultures too. A lot of different Latinx populations and their connections with hair, different Native populations and their connections with hair. So I'm also really excited to see how we incorporate those other groups as we move.
Marcella wanted this year's hair show to be amazing and unforgettable.
I never hosted the hair show, so I've been a member since I was a first year, and I'm graduating in May. I've been president for the past 2 years, and last year I was really on the logistical end, really making sure everything was getting together. I was behind the scenes, and so it was a lot of fun to host with my VP, Joycey. We had a lot of fun rewriting the script and trying to make it our own. I think the best part about our leadership is that we have these traditions, but we can also take our own spin on things and really showcase our personality through that. So it was a lot of fun to host. I've never really done anything like that before. And so I'm grateful to the members for letting me do that and showcase them and represent them in a way.
Marcella is very appreciated for having different CSU programs help pull the hair show together.
I think ultimately the hair show is such a collective event. Our members are helping us put it on. RAM Events has been a huge partner with us the past couple of years. All the work that the LSC does and that Tech does day of. I mentioned in the show, Tech had been there since 10 o'clock that morning, helping set up, getting everything situated. And it really is about the communal effort, and that's, I think, one of the highlights of the event in general, is that it really is a community coming together to show what matters to us.
From the Laurie Student Center, I'm Angel Cooper, RamLife Entertainment.
I'm so glad that we made it this year to the hair show. It was really great to see all the different hairstyles and the creativity that they showcased that day.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, seeing all the models out on the stage, working that stage, I wanted to be on that stage, working that stage as well. But I'm really glad that CSU hosted an event in honor for Black History Month. I thought it was very educational for people who doesn't know about that hair color and what's behind the history of why women of color do that.
Yeah, and it was really inspiring to just be in a room of fellow women of color, and it was really cool to see the confidence just burst out on that stage. I thought it was really cool, and it made me definitely want to go next year and see, because I already know it's going to be a great show.
Yes, and the different, my favorite hairstyle had to be they incorporate some of the braids into the natural hairstyle that they do. I thought that was really unique to do that.
Yeah, I really liked the little kids that made a little appearance there. It was so cute to see them and show that they really appreciate what the hairstylist did that day.
Yes, so we're going to take a quick break. But when we get back, we'll be taking a closer look into what a college friendship looks like.
Stay tuned after the break.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
Hi, I'm your host, Smokey Cole Bear. Filling in for Smokey, because after 75 years of...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Turns out there's much more to say. Nearly 90% of wildfires are caused by us humans being careless, dumping our used barbecue coals willy-nilly. Guess the song was wrong. We did start the fire. That's why I respect Mother Nature and her trees, whether coniferous or new car scented. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
And welcome back from the break, Rams. CSU students Joe Rusert-Cuddy and Ethan Smith have a unique friendship that has helped them cope with hardships of college.
Anything from thrift shopping together at the Arc to late night homework sessions, these guys have had each other's back for the past 2 years.
Being a college student is hard enough, but having a strong friendship helps overcome challenges a student may go through. CSU students Joe and Ethan share their friendship story.
I'll set the scene. we're doing the really cheesy ice-breaking games on the days, like 3 days before school start, when it's just freshmen here. We're sitting outside of Parmalee, kind of by the bike racks. We're sitting in a circle playing these games, and one of the questions I posed, it was like, raise your hand if you like whatever, and then people would raise their hand, and then it was like, oh, some interaction that was forced, I don't know. And I said, I like rugby, and he raised his hand too. And I looked at him, and I was like, he's beefy, he's dressed cool.
Joe and Ethan have different schedules, but still make time for each other.
Yeah. Wake up, class, we usually are separated through the afternoon, get back, all three of us rendezvous here, and then we get pumped up, and we go to the gym. And
we hang out, do our childish things, and then we go to the gym.
If homework is to be done, it's separation for some homework, and then it's back to just absolutely broing out.
Yeah, we have the TV on. It has something on.
There's something on.
There's some sort of entertainment going on.
We'll give a quick rundown. In this house, we love some Seinfeld. We love Curb Your Enthusiasm. We love
sort of movies in general.
We love movies.
We like a lot of movies.
We're cinema buffs, you could say.
Yeah.
When things get rough, they rely on each other to get through it.
Yeah. You know, if one of us is wrestling with one thing, the other is like a good soother, and then usually it's me. Usually it's Ethan being like smooth friendship medicine for my achy breaky heart.
Joe is a political science major and Ethan is an apparel merchandising major, but their differences make their friendship even stronger.
I think our difference in majors is informed like one another on like what we're both studying. But then I think like apart from like the academic side of it, we also have our friendship is mostly deeply rooted in the social side of it. And, like all the things we get up to together and all like the outings we have together, or like conversations about your major and stuff. But then I guess these in general, you know, these are just things we like.
Given our differences, and I am not an apparel and merchandising major, and I'm not well dressed to most, but in my humble opinion, I enjoy my style of dress up, and Ethan has always valued the art of dressing up, so I think that's kind of been the common ground we've kind of loved.
Yeah, like a foundation.
A foundation.
Yeah, the differences fuel the conversations, you know?
Yeah.
Like in every relationship, it's not always going to be perfect, but somehow these two manage to work it out.
You know, sometimes when we get in an argument, I'm like, hey, we both know we need to figure this out because we're destitute without each other. Like, we need to...
Yeah, I mean, we'll yell at each other, but then we're all right in an hour or two.
Finding your friends can happen in many different ways.
If it's playing a sport, going to a house show, going, I don't know, to the bars or the Horsetooth, or, you know, the IM fields or something.
Oh.
Like, I don't know, whatever you like to do, like whatever your interest is, I would say, like, try and find people around that.
Seeing them honestly reminds me of me and you, because we also met our freshman year, and even though we're in the same major, we still bring differences. So yeah, they're like the guy version of us.
Yeah, I agree. We met our first semester at college. It was actually an intro to journalism. And ever since then, she's been right next to me, by my side, all the time. And I don't know what I would do without you, because you literally helped me face challenges in colleges. So without having you, I don't know how I would cope with college.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yes, and we're joined here with best friends, Joe and Ethan. How are you guys doing?
We're great. We're happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yes.
Yeah, first off, thank you. Hats off to you guys. Great video, great show on the whole. Thank you.
Okay, so how do you guys maintain a strong friendship even though you guys have different majors and you guys probably don't see each other throughout the day?
I think I guess the difference in majors honestly is kind of fun, because it's like two different insights on like a college student. Because I think like your major can really kind of shape your day to day, and it's like what you're studying takes up, you know, most of your time. So I think that like the difference in majors is kind of fun, because it's like you can hash out your day, hash out your different days when you go home, you know?
Yeah, and I'll add to that. I think what's interesting with Ethan, you know, he's
he's not like equine science or something where I just can't even fathom. He's apparel and merchandising, which I take interest in that kind of world, and he's also socially conscious with like the political science things that I rambled to him about. So it's kind of good. There's good give and take with like at-home discussion, so it makes for stimulating chat.
And I know college is a roller coaster of emotion, but what has been your favorite memory at CSU together so far?
How about you start?
I'm gonna rugby out for a second. It was last year. It was in the spring. We were playing the sevens version of rugby, 7v7, and we were doing a big tournament invitational down at UNC Greeley, and there were a lot of good teams there. And we won the tournament, which was really cool. Ethan and I led our team in tries over the course of the day. We tied, which we're happy to share that title together, which was fun. But yeah, no, it was a good day of playing. That's about it. It was just fun. It was one of the first championships we won here, so we kind of hold it in high regard.
I guess I'll do a social one then. So we really like going to concerts and music. So I think one memory that definitely sticks out was last spring? Mm-hmm. Yeah, last spring. So we went down to Denver to a concert to watch one of our favorite rappers perform. His name was Lil Tracy, but we also went with our other roommate, Kane Virtue. So hopefully Kane's watching us right now. But no, so we really like going to like music shows, like even if it's like our friends putting one on, or like if we're just going to see sort of a big name or something, going down to Denver before, we always love to go out and do those things.
That sounds really fun. So we all know that college is really hard. What advice would you give to someone making connections in college?
Well, I got super fortunate. Ethan and I were literally 4 doors down from each other, and then another best friend was literally across the hall. So I lucked out like nobody really could. But for me, I would say just put yourself out there. I know that sounds so cliche, but just don't be afraid to, maybe drop a compliment to a person, because maybe they'll drop one to you next, and then you guys will create commonalities, and then things will flourish in that sense. But I don't know. I would just say don't be reserved. I mean, don't be reserved, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, along the same vein, I mean, talk to different people. I mean, like you might enjoy what they have to say. So
I think that's what's cool about Ethan and I. We kind of have an eclectic friend group because it includes some of the most like prominent band members on campus, anywhere from Lady Denim to the Red Scare, Trash Fest. So that's pretty fun. But then we also have our rugby teammates that kind of bridges a different gap. And then we have friends on the basketball team and football team from Logan and other friends. So it's kind of cool that we have a very diverse group of friends, which makes it fun. So have a big group.
And when was a moment that you guys realized, hey, this guy's gonna be in my life forever?
Oh man. I guess I think it maybe not just one moment, but more of a collection of moments through our like first semester freshman year, because honestly it was such a blur of us like getting to know each other and honestly just getting up to stuff and staying up late and I don't know, just kind of like pouring yourself out. I mean, to your friend, and just I don't know. We became friends really, really fast. So it was kind of a whirlwind. So
a moment for me that I knew when I was flipping through pictures to kind of for this project. I saw a picture of freshman year. I was in the Parmalee South 3rd floor study room, and I was just slaving over Russian work, and it was awful, to no avail. I didn't do that well in the class. But I have a picture of Ethan, who was super tired, was already done with finals, could have been, out with other members of our floor doing things, and he's just asleep on the movable desk part in a little like chair, and just because he wanted to hang out with me while I was like still doing schoolwork. So I thought that was, I was kind of like, we were already good friends at that point, and I was like, this guy's a friend. This guy's gonna be around a while.
Oh, that's cute. Well, I hope whoever's watching out there really takes into consideration what you guys said about just finding a friendship, and yeah, hopefully they receive some inspiration from you guys.
I hope, yeah.
And don't forget to tune in to tomorrow's night.
from tomorrow's night's news show. And thank you all for watching. Until next time, Rams.